Or Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Wahabar Kakodash. Double honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to the elect with your degree. It's your brother Kawadia. And as you can tell, I recently did a sit down and stuff about the World Economic Forum. And, pretty much for, since the devil, matter of fact, let me grab that. This is Revelations. Uh, It's Revelations 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens. And when it says heavens and stuff, it's referring to Israelites and stuff whose mind frame is towards the heavens and stuff, toward the kingdom. That's above and stuff and not beneath. That's of the heavens, but not of the earth. You know what I'm saying? On a higher vibration and stuff and not the lower one. You see? And it says, and ye that dwell in them, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Now, when it's talking about the inhabitants of the earth and the sea and stuff, that's talking about those and stuff who think futile and stuff according to this world. You know what I'm saying? Because the scripture says, put off now the weak nature, but that weak nature and stuff is the ways of the flesh, and the ways of the flesh and stuff is the not the ways of the flesh, but the individual. Esau, even the full-blooded spirited Caucasian, he is the king of the flesh and whatnot and stuff, and that is the vibration that he put out on the earth. You know what I'm saying? And he's also bottom Q. He's the he's the lesser of all the heathens and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? And the thing is that you have a lot of Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians and Israelites who are with appearance instead of a heathen who spirit bear witness that they're Israelite. The thing is that they follow this vibration and whatnot and stuff. So the Lord said, whoa, why? Because he said that he's going to destroy this place and stuff because this place is foul and its sins and stuff has reached onto heavens. You see? Woe means destruction. W-O-E means destruction. You know what I'm saying? First, your mind is corrupt. You know what I'm saying? And once your mind is corrupt, you know what I'm saying, or your spirit is corrupt, you're going to have a physical death coming your way. You see? Right? And it says, woe unto the inhabitants of earth and of the sea. It says, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. And that's why you see all this wickedness and stuff is amplifying. You see? People that took the juice and whatnot and stuff, guess what's going on? You know? People are going crazy. You know what I'm saying? People are going crazy. Their tolerance is not there anymore. Everybody ready to be a loose fucking cannon and whatnot. And I wouldn't be surprised if the juice had something to do with it. You see, right? Mysterious juices that you can't get compensation for just in case something happens to you. You see, right? Right? So when it comes down to the WEF and whatnot, pretty much what they're gonna do is that they're gonna force the schools as small as preschool and stuff, because it says that the youngest age that they will force the school on this curriculum, or this subject and stuff is going to be the fact that they're finna introduce hardcore porn. They finna introduce hardcore porn and stuff to children as young as 4, but within the school system. This is gonna be the sex ed. You know what I'm saying? And for anybody and stuff who watched my last video and stuff, I wasn't laughing at the fact that they get porn. I was laughing at the fact, you know what I'm saying? I was laughing at the fact that they out of out of everything and stuff, they chose hardcore. They wanted the most detailed pornography and stuff to show little kids and stuff, and then we already know what the unction is and stuff. The unction is to bring in pedophilia. You know what I'm saying? And make it cool. Because even when, like when it came down to homosexuality and stuff, right? When it came down to homosexuality and stuff, what did they do and stuff for people to really accept it and stuff? They tried to make it seem like it was funny. They made it look like it was a joking thing and stuff. And people clearly accepted it and stuff to the point it became a trend. You see? And that's what they're trying to do when it comes down to the pedophilia. Even when it comes down to LGBTQ plus, you know what I'm saying? They want to add a P in there, but it's for pedophilia, because even if they sit up here and say pansexuals will fuck anything. You see? Have sex with anything. You know? Right? Right? And unless it's gonna be paraphilia, you know what I'm saying? Which that's already happening. You got individuals and stuff they're marrying trees, marrying plants, cactuses, and whatnot, drilling a hole into them, hoping the tree and stuff spew out sap and whatnot, just so it can. So if a man, want to get it in and stuff, he got some sauce, gooey shit and stuff to slide in and stuff and get off on. you know, you know, you know. Or paraphilia, pretty much, if you don't know, is when you have you have a sexual attraction and stuff to the vegetation of the earth. And you got women, they already do it with the eggplant. They put a condom on. If they that fat and wide and stuff, damn, you got destroyed. You know what I'm saying? Nigga really wants to fuck you over and stuff in your next relationships. Right? But then, the zucchini, the cucumbers and stuff, even on the back end of a carrot and whatnot, all they do is put a condom on and stuff and stuff themselves and stuff. Because if they just put it in there raw and whatnot and stuff, guess what? They gonna hurt themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some internal bleeding or internal scratches and stuff that's gonna be within their vagina and stuff. You see, right? Right. So they do that. You know what I'm saying? Right? And even all this identity to identify as this, that, and the third and stuff, all it is an avenue for people to go into immoral sexualities, you see, right? And with that being the fact and stuff, guess what? It's going to cause a civil unrest. You know what I'm saying? And you're going to have people that's going to be down for this world. You're going to have people that's going to be against it. You know what I'm saying? But anybody who speak against it, even if you're not following the truth and whatnot, you're going to be looked upon as an enemy. And understand this and stuff, when it comes down to sexual immoralities and stuff, it's more sexual immorality, more people, what I'm saying, who down for the sexual immorality, what I'm saying, or the things and stuff that they change it. When it comes down to the Constitution and their different policies of America and stuff, you're going to try to use their ways. They already breaking them, but breaking their rules, but you're going to try to use their ways and stuff against them. And this is the agenda and stuff that they bring it forth. You're not going to win. So guess what? You got civil unrest. You see, and that's when a lot of individuals and stuff are going to take advantage of the time and stuff to get at the people and stuff that they ain't fucking like. You see, you know, great betrayals coming. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that you got to perceive. The one thing that you need. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the Holy Spirit is understanding stuff, but it can go into other fields and stuff and not just within the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? It says in Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, block it, bear with me. This Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 7, verse 22. It says, "For wisdom, which is the worker of all things, taught me. For in her is an understanding spirit, holy, one only, manifold, subtle, lively, clear, undefiled, plain, not subject to hurt, loving the thing that is good, quick, which cannot be letted, ready to do good." It says, "Kind to man, steadfast, sure, free from care, having all power, overseeing all things and going through all understanding." It says pure and most subtle spirits. So the one thing and stuff that you're gonna need is perception. You're gonna need perception. If you don't have perception and whatnot and stuff, then guess what? That means that wisdom is not gonna meet thee in every mind. I mean every thought. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to a troublesome time. You see? Right? Right? And that's Jacob's trouble. You see? And you're gonna have to be able to peep this out and peep that out with little information. You know? You're gonna have to understand and stuff when the demon is fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to be able to perceive those things. I'm not saying like a demon, hopping on another person and stuff just to combat against you or come against you. I'm talking about when they personally fuck with you and stuff. You see, you're gonna have to be able to recognize that and stuff so you can make sound judgment. You see, now the scriptures do say that wisdom shall not enter into malicious soul, but it also and so you got to change your behavior. You got to change how you are. You got to change uh, 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 your death style into a lifestyle. You see, which is the blueprint of the scriptures. Right, right, right. And then the scriptures also say that wisdom will meet thee in every thought. You know what I'm saying? And that wisdom meeting you in every thought and stuff is going to be the precision, precision. know what I'm saying, that's going to be looked upon. It's going to be wisdom shall enter. Like it says, wisdom shall meet thee in every thought and whatnot, and that's going to be the precision. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to a certain circumstance and stuff that you within, you see, right? So this is Matthew chapter 24, verse 7. It says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." Nation going into people. You see, you're gonna have a lot of people and stuff who's gonna choose sides and whatnot and stuff. But guess what? That's gonna build friction. You know what I'm saying? And people are gonna be, you know, damn. People are gonna be out here out of control and whatnot. Look what happened when it came down to the mask and stuff. If you didn't wear a mask and stuff, guess what? Fights broke out. You see, you know, right? And it's just getting even worse. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures talk about how in Second Esdras the 14th chapter it says that Second Esdras the 14th chapter it says that how the world gets weaker through age. I can't do that shit. Get weaker through age unless it's in front. Get weaker through age and whatnot and stuff. That weaker through age and stuff. Look at the mentality and stuff when it comes down to people. Even back in the past and whatnot and stuff. Guess what? People had a tolerance and stuff when it come down to certain things that's agitating. But now, as soon as the first straw of agitation comes and stuff, guess what? They burn the fuck up. Especially if it has something to do with this word. You see, as it says in Jeremiah 5:14. You know what I'm saying? You speak the truth, you become an enemy right off the rip. It don't matter how much sense that you're making and stuff. The thing is that people want to dwell in some type of dreamland, and the thing is that that dreamland doesn't exist. Pretty much, they want to live in the matrix and whatnot and stuff, and stay plugged and not be unplugged. You see, right? You know. So this Matthew 24:7 it says, "For nation shall rise against nation," meaning people. So that's what's going to happen. You're gonna have blacks against blacks, Mexicans against Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have the Arabians against the Arabians, East Indians against the East Indians. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're gonna have different ethnicities and stuff going against other ethnicities and stuff, and even the same ethnicity and stuff that they follow because it's gonna be a disagreement. And then it's also gonna be, and then it's also gonna be certain situations where that's going to impact everybody and stuff upon earth. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to force people and stuff to be at a cutthroat level and whatnot and stuff just so they can survive. You know what I'm saying? When it come down to the Hunger Games, they wasn't really doing it for food and whatnot and stuff. They was well kept in the place that they was at. You know what I'm saying? You see? You know, they was just going through hardcore slavery and stuff, but they still had something to eat and whatnot. But when it come down to the Hunger Games, it's going to be real Hunger Games and stuff in these times that we're approaching. You see? Right? So it says Matthew 24:7, it says, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." It says, "And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places." It says, "All these are the beginning of sorrows." It says, "Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted." You know, and why is that? Because it's going to be a disagreement and stuff on beliefs. You see, look at how what was it? It was X-Men 2. I know I bring this up. You know what I'm saying when it comes, but X-Men 2. You know, the mansion, well, the school and stuff got raided. You know what I'm saying? You know, and some mutants got taken and stuff. Some was able to escape. You know what I'm saying? Wolverine, Rogue, Pyro, and Iceman. You know what I'm saying? Guess what happened to them and stuff? They went back to to Iceman's parents' crib and whatnot. And the thing was is that you know, it was really jealousy and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But people had great fear and stuff when somebody else has a weapon and they're powerless. And pretty much what happened was is that Iceman showed that he was able to freeze things, you know what I'm saying? His little brother went upstairs and stuff and called the police and stuff and made a lie and stuff saying that they wouldn't let them leave the crib. And really it was just jealousy because he wasn't the one who got the power and stuff. You know, when it come down a little, and then when they show when he go up in the room and whatnot and stuff, you got the different DC or Marvel. Uh, uh, this is how you know it was jealousy. You had DC and Marvel, right? Posters and stuff all over his wall for the small amount of time that you were able to see. You know what I'm saying? And he called the police on his brother and stuff and the rest of them when really they was looking refuge there. You see, right? He was jealous. You see, And it's going to be a lot of individuals and stuff. You know, you receive this word, you can't, and certain other people can't receive the word. Guess what? They're going to come against you. You know what I'm saying? You know, the Lord had many are called, few are chosen. You know what I'm saying? We're hoping to be the chosen. You know what I'm saying? You know, and having this word and whatnot and stuff, you're gonna have a lot of people that's gonna come up against you. You know what I'm saying? You know, because as Apostle Paul has said and stuff, he said he's in peril of the heathens, in peril of his own countrymen, meaning other Israelites, and in peril of false brethren, meaning those who know about the who's of the circumcision, who know about the word and stuff, but they grimy and faulty. You see, right? So let me grab this. This is Matthew 10. But it's Matthew 10 and 34. It says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. And this is Yahweh Shah speaking because it's in the red lettering. It says, I came not to send peace, but a sword. Verse 35, it says, for I am come to set a man at variance. And when you go into that word of variance, it means to make apart. You see, so it's gonna be people that's choosing sides and stuff. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a lot of people who's not gonna be on the same accord and whatnot and stuff. And as it says in 2nd Ezra 6 and 24, it says, "Friends shall fight like enemies." You see, you know. And it says back in Matthew 10 and 35, it says, "For I am come to set a man at variance." Now, when you go into that word "man," when you go into that word "man" in the Greek, "phofo," it says human being. So it means women too. Women going to disagree with their husbands. Husbands going to disagree with their women. Children going to disagree with the parents. The parents going to disagree with the children. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be friction within the household, but not just in the household and stuff, also amongst your peers, your friends, your associates, you know, your regular neighbors and stuff that you walk past and stuff and say hi to and stuff, but don't really make much conversation. As soon as they find out what you really own and what you're about and stuff, guess what? If they're different from that, guess what? They're going to try to get rid of you. You see? They're going to try to get eradicate you, try to kill you and stuff if they have to. You know what I'm saying? They're going to try to bring some type of pain or threats and whatnot to stop you from doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because they disagree with it. And if you love the truth and whatnot, and you follow what the Bible says and stuff, guess what? Yeah, you're going to be a known enemy. That's why the Lord has said, count the cost. Why is that and stuff? Because you're going to have a lot of individuals who disagree who are going to be ready to take you down because of what you believe in. You see? And it's not only that, people love America, or people love the current era, the ruler, the sovereign and stuff who rules right now and stuff, they love it. But when the scriptures come out, it talks about how this place is going to go down. It talks about a certain future and stuff when it comes down to full-blooded spirited heathens. You know what I'm saying? That they're going to be the ones who's going to be enslaved. The women are going to be concubines. And if they're ugly and stuff, they're going to be breeders to bring forth more slaves. But when it comes down to it and stuff, a lot of people don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? You know? A lot of people don't want to hear that and whatnot and stuff, you know. What's another thing? 2/3 of Israel and stuff, they're going to perish just like the heathen because they want to follow the ways of the heathen instead of their own heritage, you see. And when it comes down to the elect, it's already a predestined number and stuff. And it don't matter how hard you work, it don't matter how less you work and whatnot and stuff. If you're not predestined, you're not getting saved, you see, you know. And that includes martyrdom, you see, you know. It's gonna be a lot of individuals and stuff who gonna be ready to bite the bullet. It's gonna be like, man, fuck. Well, not bite the bullet, but they're gonna be like, man, fuck this. I'm trying to sit up here and make it. You know, you know. But people want instant gratification and whatnot and stuff. And you're gonna find a lot of Israelites in that first Maccabees 1 and 11. You see, they're gonna seek to be in league with the heathen and whatnot. But that's the worst thing that you can do. So I'm gonna get this again. This Matthew 10:35. It says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father," and it says, "and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." It says, "And a man's foes shall be they of his own household." Now, originally, the household of a man and stuff will be his wife and his children. It ain't your crib. It ain't a building. You know what I'm saying? You know. But at the same time, say if you do live with somebody, if they had disagreements with you and stuff, guess what? And they blood relatives, guess what? They will be your foes. You see? Look at the movie Transformers Extinction, right? When it came down to Optimus Prime and stuff, right? Uh uh they was doing all this help, you know what I'm saying, you know, and then out of nowhere and stuff, the people changed on them, and then, you know, because a lot of them was hooked up with the Decepticons. Decepticons was manipulating the human beings and stuff, thinking them they was on their side and stuff, and really they wasn't. You know, they wanted the humans and stuff to be fucking slaves. And then if you receive it, if you receive it, you know, things could be twofold. When it come down to the Decepticons, you know, they was evil people, but what they was trying to do, you know what I'm saying, was bring their kingdom to earth. You know, if you receive that and stuff. But but uh, you know, when it come down to the Israelites and stuff, we see for the kingdom to come. You know what I'm saying? And then you got other Israelites and stuff who want this place to continue. They don't care what uh, uh, they don't care what new medicines and stuff that they bring, who has several side effects and stuff, and especially with no compensation. You see, you know, as long as they're able to do their drugs, as long as they're able to get their entertainment, you know what I'm saying? You know, they're gonna be down for this world and stuff. And guess what? Majority of the masses and stuff is gonna be down for this world, especially when they come down to Israel. You see, right? Right. So I want to go back. I want to go back to Matthew's 24. Back in Matthew 24 and 7. It says, for the nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. And that the kingdom against kingdom is referring to the different wars. World War III is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's all part of the agenda and stuff to bring a new world order out of chaos. You see? And it says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Now I'm gonna skip down to verse 9 again. It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. But when this word come out and stuff, hey, you know the scripture says try the spirit by the spirit, and you could tell a lot of people and stuff don't like what the Bible is talking about. You know what I'm saying? But the Bible is actually promoting true peace. Every time the heathens are in rulership and stuff, it's always some fucking war. You see? And that's how you know when it comes down to the Jewish, you know what I'm saying, that they're not the real Jews, because as it says in Isaiah 60 and 18, it clearly says and stuff that there shall be peace on earth and no more violence. You know what I'm saying? So you know they're not the real Jews. You know what I'm saying? You know? And you speak against them, guess what they're gonna call it? Anti-Semitism. And the thing is that being a Semite and stuff don't even fucking exist because the name was Sham. You know what I'm saying? Shemite is what it will be. Why you don't call yourself Shemites? I remember one day and stuff, I was working at this job and this Jewish cat came and I was asking him, I was like, what are you? You know what I'm saying? You know, and he was saying he was Jewish. And it was like, why not just call yourself a Jew? You see? Because it's like I know my word. So if you calling yourself Jewish, that means to be the suffix ish means to be like or pertaining to, but not of. You know what I'm saying? So you a pretender. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it makes sense when it says in Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and they cover the faces of the judges thereof. So if you speak against them and stuff, guess what? They're gonna come hard against you. You know what I'm saying? You see? But the thing is that they're the ones who are the liars. You know what I'm saying? You know, they the ones who made stuff that was holy into unholy. They made it profane by putting their images up, you know what I'm saying, and claiming to be something they're not. And that's why Esau Edom has the highest level of blasphemy of the Holy Spirit and stuff, or the highest level is blasphemy and stuff, because they found out the truth and they still turned it into a lie. And that's why the scripture says, be not like him, because you're going to get destroyed with him. You see? Hand joining hand shall be utterly thrust through. You see? Right? Right? So verse 9 again, it says, Matthew 24 and 9, it says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Because there's a benefit for Israel, but when it comes down to the heathens, your benefit is that you're going to be forced in submission, and you're also going to be forced to follow the laws, statutes, commandments, and whatnot. You see, you know, and that's going to bring actual true peace, because within you all's own laws, look how much chaos there is. People try to you try to come to the boards or the bureaus, you know what I'm saying, and use the Constitution and stuff, and you get you get sent away. You got to turn around. Eh, You got to turn around and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it's gonna cause the people to riot. It's gonna cause people to loot. It's gonna cause people to do this, that, and the third and stuff. But this is what they're plotting against its own citizens. So it's never no peace when you in rulership. You see, only way for you to be at peace and stuff is that you got to do extreme wickedness and stuff. But now the wickedness and stuff is coming to an all time high where it's like this ain't worth it. You see, you know. So this is Matthew 24:10. It says, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. It says verse 12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, right? Because the way of truth is going to come at a halt, because we're not going to be out here. We're not going to be doing electronic epistles. So the only way and stuff that's going to be magnified and stuff is going to be the ways of wickedness. You see? And it says verse 12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, and iniquity is sin upon sin. It says, the love of many shall wax cold. You're seeing it already. You're seeing it already. But this is still the green tree. So how much more when a tree is dry? You see? You know? How much more when a tree is dry? You see? And you seeing it, you can see it accumulating when you watch the news, right? That people are ready to just go, they pretty much ready to wave the white flag, but not to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, but to this system. So this is Isaiah 30. It's Isaiah 30 and 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And that's why they're going to go into turmoil. You see? That's why it's going to be nothing but great chaos and stuff when it comes down to the people on the earth and whatnot and stuff, because the only way that they know is wickedness. You see? You know? Right? Spiritual wickedness and whatnot doesn't even bring peace to your soul. You see? Right? It says, verse 2. It says that walk to go down into Egypt, right? And this is metaphorically referring to, it's also meaning Israel, meaning America. You know what I'm saying? On the back of dollar bill and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You got the pyramids, you see, right? Because this is bondage all over, right? It says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Because they're going to promise that things are going to get better and stuff, but it's not. Because in order for them to, it's order out of chaos, order out of chaos, order out of chaos, you know what I'm saying? Meaning order out of chaos. You see, in order for them to bring in their new system and stuff, they got to make this system crash. And that's going to destroy and bring a lot of misfortune and stuff to the families and stuff that's on this earth. You see, they even got the thing that's called Fed Now, which is going to be implemented in that's going to be implemented and stuff in July. You know what I'm saying? You know, but they're going to have they're going to have power and stuff over your account. So if you be anti of any type of way of of their policies and stuff, no matter what sense that you make and stuff, just because you come against this stuff, they're going to label you an enemy. You know what I'm saying? Or extremists, especially if you got a lot of individuals and stuff behind you and stuff believing the same thing and stuff. You see, you know. So guess what they're doing? They're bringing war to its own citizens. You see, not only are they just having a war when it comes down to Russia and Iran and Iraq and China and Korea and whatnot, you know what I'm saying, whichever one it is, you know, they're also going to have war within citizens and stuff because the citizens, you know, you got a lot of ex-military and stuff where it's like, look, when it comes down to the Constitution and stuff, you all ain't right on this, you ain't right on that. You know what I'm saying? You know, so you're gonna have a lot of ex-military and stuff that's gonna be mingled in within these civil unrests, or probably creating small militias, you know, or mercenary groups and whatnot and stuff to come up against the government. But if the government and stuff doesn't want to comply with the people, and you can't pay them off, and they won't actual change, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna sit up here and they're gonna sit up here and they're going to sit up here and they're going to storm the Capitol. They're going to storm all these different places and stuff. And guess what? It's going to be fires here, fires there. Scripture says that the fire shall be often sent. You know know what I'm saying? It's gonna be nothing but calamity out here and stuff, you see? You know, you know, you know. And during those times and stuff, that's when great betrayals are gonna happen and stuff because people are gonna be turned to a piece of bread and stuff when it comes down to maintaining substance. You see? You know? So this is you know, so I want to go back to the point perception. This is uh it's going to be a lot of people and stuff who are going to try to maintain this lifestyle by all means. You see, right? So this is Judges. This Judges 16, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "Then when Samson to Gaza and saw there an harlot, and matter of fact, let me get this. Let me get this. This Second Corinthians. I know I quoted it and stuff, but I'm gonna get it. The Second Corinthians 11 and I'm gonna start at 21. It says, I speak as concerning reproach, as though we had been weak, howbeit wheresoever any is bold, I speak foolishly, I am bold also. It says, are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. It says, and they minister of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, I speak as a fool. We are fools for Yahweh's sake by preaching this word, by the foolishness of preaching. It says, I am more in labors, more abundant, and stripes above measure, and prisons more frequent, and deaths often. Of the Jews, 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one. It says, thrice was I beaten with rods, once was I stoned, thrice I suffered shipwreck. It says, a night and a day I have been in the deep. It says, in journeys often, in perils of waters. It says, in perils of robbers, in perils by my own countrymen. It says, in perils by the heathen, in perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren. You see, right? So it's going to be troublesome, and you're going to have the spirit to be able to peep certain things out. Now, are you going to escape everything? That's not true. Because some things and stuff, the Lord want to test your endurance. He want to test if you're able to bear certain things, as it says in 1 Corinthians 10 and 13. And that's going to be also one of the ways of escape, being able to endure. The scripture says, he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. You see? So it might be certain things and stuff that even seem like there's no way out. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is just testing your faith. You see? Which a lot of people are going to lose, you know what I'm saying, just so they can sit up here and follow the ways of follow the ways of the world. You see, like in a movie Demolition Man, it's not going to be a lot of people who want to sit up here and be or like on the run or travel from place to place trying to see who on their side or not and whatnot, trying to hide and stuff because you trying to keep the law, statute, commandments and stuff. And they see it, and they deemed it that if they see this behavior and whatnot and stuff, then guess what? They're going to try to take you down. You see, incarcerate you, kill you. You know what I'm saying? Right? Or beat you, hoping for a change. And if you don't change and stuff, then guess what? They're gonna come more harder and stuff with more punishments. You see, right? So we're gonna be in perils of all things. So I want to get this again. I'm gonna go back. It's back in Judges 16 and 1, right? It's Judges 16 and 1. It says, then went Samson to Gaza and saw there an harlot, a prostitute. You know what I'm saying? Because according to the scriptures and stuff, prostitution and stuff is cool. It's just that it can't be an Israelite woman. You see? As it says in Deuteronomy 23 and 17. And it says, and it was told to the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither, and they compassed him in. It says, and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city. It says, and were quiet all the night, saying, in the morning, when it is day, we shall kill him. So you're going to have heathens, you're going to have Israelites who have the spirit of the heathen, or no, not the spirit of the heathen, the mindset of the heathen, where they follow the ways of the heathen, even though their spirit and blood are Israelites. You see, because you got a lot of people and stuff who's confederate with the heathens in the way of this world. You see, right? And they're gonna plot on you. They're gonna seek to kill you. They're gonna seek to do you in. They're gonna seek to put you in misfortune. You know what I'm saying, right? And it says, verse 3, it says, and Samson lay till midnight and arose at midnight and took the doors of the gate of the city and the two posts and went away with them, bar and all, and put them up upon his shoulders and carried them up to the top of a hill that is before Hebron. It says, and it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek. It says, whose name was Delilah. It says, and the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him and see wherein his great strength lieth. You see? So what did they do? They came with money. You see? When all turmoil and bullshit is happening and whatnot, you might be man, you might have your family, you might have your girlfriend and whatnot and stuff, but a lot of women and stuff, guess what? They're gonna want their so-called independence back. A lot of women are not gonna want to sit up. You could be right all day, but a lot of women and stuff, they just want to have the power without responsibilities and accountabilities. That's what they want. And when you go into Genesis, they actually are envious of the man. You see, and if I could do it, Salakia, see if I can pull it up right quick. Oh, well, this is hurt right here. Like somebody stabbed from the inside. Bear with me. I don't know if it's gonna work. Satan be on that bullshit and stuff when I like to bring out proof. Because I want to get into NLT, Genesis 3. Because look, when it come down to the serpent, it was a melanated man and stuff with snakish uh, 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 with snakish mindset and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? If you ever seen the movie Jungle Book, when it came down to the snake kept trying to hypnotize Mowgli and stuff, but really that was by the ways of his word. You know what I'm saying? You see, you know, right? Look at the movie Harry Potter and stuff. That every time Voldemort was sitting up here speaking through Harry Potter because they was connected some type of way. The thing is that every time he spoke, or even when it came down to certain snakes and stuff, when they would try to cast a spell and stuff, they would speak a certain type of way. You see, and he came as like an advertisement. He came like advertisement and stuff, but with smooth speech. You know what I'm saying? And with that smooth speech and stuff, it was drawing swords and stuff just to take down Adam because that was really the prize and stuff. But what did he do? What did the serpent do? Which was a man. You know what I'm saying, right? What he did is that he enticed Eve to big her head up to think that she was doing something good and stuff just so Adam can be taken down because that was really the target. Well, guess what? They're gonna do the same thing when it come down to the women. When women comfortability is being taken away and stuff, they're gonna seek for that comfortability. And if Esau Edom and stuff is giving them an avenue, you know what I'm saying, or ultimatum, you know what I'm saying, where it's like, look, if you want to be comfortable, then guess what? You're gonna have to sit up here and you're gonna have to let me know and stuff if everybody else in the family and stuff are they on the same accord and stuff trying to be with me, whoop de whoop. You know what I'm saying? So you got to beware. And the scriptures do say in First Corinthians the 7th chapter that there's that a woman cares for the world. You see, right? And this world is going to go into shambles, and women are going to do anything that they can and stuff to maintain comfortability. And that's why I say you got to know, you got to be able to understand perception or have perception and stuff, because that's going to be one of the major keys, you know what I'm saying, to apply the scriptures to certain situations. As it says in Isaiah 33:6, it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, right? Stability to keep you stable, keep you strong and stuff, you see, you know? No matter how hard a hit is and stuff, you able to still maintain stance. You see, and it also says, it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. He that fear the Lord is his treasure. You see, right? So I want to get this. This is Genesis chapter 3, and this is the curse that the Lord had placed upon Eve. You know what I'm saying? That spread out through all women. You know, um, it's Genesis 3. And another thing that I want to point out is that even though Esau Edom is going to give all these different benefits and whatnot, you need to pay attention to this. The thing is that he's good of not keeping his treaties. You see, you know, it's called what's that old saying? Taking two birds out with one stone. They weaponize the women and stuff just so the woman could be a hassle. You know what I'm saying, to the man, deteriorate him and whatnot and stuff, and have him all a feminine emotion, you know, whatnot and stuff, so he can have a breakdown and whatnot and give up on himself. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes down to a nation full of women and stuff, it's gonna be easily taken down. This ain't no Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? You know, this ain't no Wakanda and whatnot and stuff. Women will get easily ransacked and stuff when it comes down to men of might. You see, and that could be by brains, and that can also be by physical. You know what I'm saying? Because men are made to be stronger than women. You see, but I want to get this. This is Genesis chapter 3. I'm gonna start verse 14. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh Power said unto the serpent, it says, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life." Verse 15 it says, "And I will put it says, and I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed." We know women don't bear seeds and stuff. They hold seeds when it gets ejaculated in them. They got eggs. They produce eggs. We produce seeds, which is the sperm and whatnot. You see? And the thing is that that's talking about two nations. Because Israel is likened unto a comely, delicate woman. Metaphorically and stuff, Israel is likened unto a wife. You know what I'm saying, right? Because we are the weaker vessel, just like the woman is the weaker vessel when it comes down to the man. Well, guess what? Men are the weaker vessel when it comes down to Yahweh Shem Shai. You see? You know, and the Lord said that he's married unto us. No homosexual things going on. You know what I'm saying? But he does say that he's married unto us. So this is Genesis 3 and 16. It says, "Unto the woman, he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception." Right? It says, "In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children." That's why it hurts. But every other female mammal and stuff can give birth. You know what I'm saying? And they just be sitting up there like it ain't no problem. They don't be screaming in agony like the female human being, right? So it says, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. Now in the NLT, New Living Translation, it says, "Then he said to the woman, I will sharpen the pain of your pregnancy, and in pain you will give birth." It says, "And you will desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you." You see, right? So when it comes down to that, you got to be aware of your woman, you know, and not just aware of your woman. You got to be aware of your mother. You got to be aware of your auntie. You got to be aware of your sister. You got to be aware of your female cousins. You got to be aware of your daughter-in-law, so on and so forth. And then you got to also understand that there's a lot of men. Even if the fathers has been in the house and stuff, you gotta understand that there's been a lot of men and stuff who's been raised in the way of estrogen. And when I say estrogen, estrogen is what make a woman feminine and stuff. But the thing is that you have strong body men. You know what I'm saying? Who is emotional. Yeah, the soft side. It says it says uh, approaching approaching uh, like you got men who, you know, even if they have fathers in the household and stuff, the thing is that part of the curse is that they was raised by single mothers. You know what I'm saying? You know, so and a woman cannot teach a man. A woman cannot teach a man how to. A woman cannot teach a man. I mean, can't teach a male how to be a man. You see? She even if she got the most toughest or strict, you know what I'm saying, brothers or fathers and stuff, she can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that you got a lot of women and stuff, you know what I'm saying, where they teach they teach their sons and stuff to be emotional and whatnot and stuff. And if you got a male with a feminine spirit where he's not wearing female clothes and putting on lipstick and trying to have sex with the same sex and whatnot and stuff, he's just emotional. You got to watch out for that too. And this is why you're gonna need perception. You see, matter of fact, um, I'm gonna grab this because I'm gonna grab this. Like this is this is this is this is Sirach or Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha, chapter 32, verse 8. It says, "Let thy speech be short, comprehending much in few words." It says, "Be as one that knoweth, yet hold his tongue." And when you have, because like when it came down to Yahweh Shai, when they perceived that Yahweh Shai was talking about them, in a metaphorical way, in a more metaphoric way and whatnot and stuff, what happened? They was ready to pick up stones. But he perceived and stuff, you know, he perceived. Because shit, matter of fact, let me get this. He perceived and stuff that they was ready to do some shit and whatnot. You see, this is Hebrews. This Hebrews 4:12, and it says for the word of Yahweh Shem Shai is quick, meaning it's alive. It says and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow. It says and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart. So I want to get that word intense. Just the word intent. It says a usually clearly formulated or plans, intention, aim, the act of purpose, the design or purpose to commit a wrongful, to be fixated and stuff. You're thinking something that's being purely thought of. The state of mind with which an act is done. It says directed with strained or eager attention, concentrated. There we go. Having the mind, attention, or will concentrated on something or some end or purpose, right? So we're able to discern the thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Through their speech. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it. Shit. Probably mixing two things. So bear with me. Matter of fact, it's probably Rock 27. This is Sirach or Ecclesiastes in the Apocrypha, chapter 27, verse 7. It says, "Praise no man before thou hearest him speak, for this is the trial of men." You see, right? So the thing is that you got to pay attention to how somebody speak. You know how they even how they carry themselves and whatnot and stuff. And let me see, because it's gonna let you know and stuff how a person is. This Sirach 19:30. And it says, "A man's attire and accepted laughter and gait shoot what he is and stuff." And you got to be able to perceive this. You know what I'm saying? right? You got to be able to perceive and stuff where it's a hood nigga and stuff, but just because his ass got a suit on and stuff, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, that you can't look at him and be like, well, he's just a professional and whatnot. No, he a nigga from the hood. You know what I'm saying? Or even somebody and stuff that's from the hood and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But then really they bookworm. You know what I'm saying? Like the spirits show forth. And you got to be able to discern spirits and stuff. And that's also a gift. And I want to grab that. This is First Corinthians. It's First Corinthians chapter 12 and 3. It says, wherefore I give you to understand that no man speaking by the Spirit of the Most High calleth Yahweh Shai a curse, and that no man can say that Yahweh Shai is the Lord but by the Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to understand that it's true. Other than that, if you don't have the Holy Spirit and stuff, you're going to say that the Lord is that Yahweh Shai is not the Lord. Verse 4. It says, now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit. It says, and there are differences of ministrations, but the same Lord. It says, and there are diversities of operations, but it is the same power which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit with withal, right? It says, for to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit. It says, to another working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits and stuff. And that's exactly that you want to do. Discern the spirits and stuff to see who Jake, who ain't, you know what I'm saying? What a motherfucker own, you know what I'm saying? And that discernment and stuff is no different from when it comes down to perception and stuff, you see. And this is what we gonna need, you know what I'm saying, in these troublesome times and stuff that's coming. And the thing is that what you have right now is you have pretty much when you come into the truth and whatnot, wisdom is gonna try you. You know what I'm saying? But within those trials and those tests and stuff, that's where you're able to grow spiritually. You know what I'm saying? You see, you know, to discern the different demons and stuff that 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 seek to devour you. You know, even though it's not easily seen to the eye, but you got to be well acquainted with the spirit and stuff in order for you to see it and know that something is off. You see, you know, right, right, and then the scriptures, scriptures do say, if you covet the prophesied. Now, the scripture says, thou shalt not covet. You know what I'm saying? But if you covet and stuff, covet the prophesied and whatnot and stuff, and that's godly jealousy and whatnot and stuff, because you're doing something good for you. How about you, shot? You know what I'm saying, right? Uh, well, your reasonable service. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it and stuff, you got to sit up here and be living. I mean, you got to ask for it first and foremost. You got to ask for it, and then once it's given, if you ask for it, he's gonna put you in a situation and stuff where it would have to be applied. And practice makes perfect and stuff. So the thing is that you're gonna go through numerous tests and stuff in order for you to be able to discern spirits. You see, you know, you know, you know. It's Matthew's 22. Matthew's 22 and 15. Then went the Pharisees and took counsel how they might entangle him in his talk. You see? So it's gonna be like pretty much have you confused. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things and stuff. Well, that's one of the things like that. That's one of the things and stuff when it comes down to it. Um, you have you have multiple individuals. You know what I'm saying? and they all asking you one thing and whatnot and stuff, asking you different things and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you trying to tackle all those things and whatnot and stuff. They'll try to mix you up and be like, well, see, look, well, we can do this and well, we can do that. Remember, they kept trying to trap him, right? And it says, verse 16, it says, and they sent out unto him their disciples with the Herodians, saying, Master, we know that thou art true and teachest the way of Yahweh in truth. It says, neither carest thou for any man, for thou regardest not the person of men. It says, tell us therefore, what thinkest thou? Is it lawful to give tribute unto Caesar or not? And that's how you know that they was in Rome. You see, right, 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 right. And that tribute and stuff was talking about taxes. You know what I'm saying, right? It says verse 18, it said, but Yahweh shall perceive their wickedness and says, why tempt ye me, ye hypocrites? Shew me the tribute money. And they brought unto him a penny, and he saith unto them, who is the image in superscription? You know what I'm saying? Meaning who faces on this bread, on this money, on this coinage. It says, they say unto him, Caesar's. Then saith he unto them, render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto Yahweh's the things that are Yahweh's. You see? And the thing is that they was trying to trap him, try to trick him and stuff, to say one thing and stuff, where he'll be contradicting onto the things that he's saying. And that's why it says in John 15, it says that they will keep your sayings as they kept my sayings, they will also keep your sayings. And those sayings and stuff is being used and stuff just so they can sit up here and do you in. You see? You know? Right? 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 But what did he do? He perceived. He perceived. Right? I think perceive is no different from discern. We're going to get both of them, though. Bear with me. This is the word perceive. It says to attain awareness or understanding of. To regard as being such. It says to become aware or through the senses. You see? Comprehension. You see? You know? And the Lord gives us comprehension. The Lord gives us comprehension and stuff to perceive what type of spirit somebody is in, even though you don't even know who the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? Even though you ain't chill with them. You see? Right? So I want to get the word discern. It says to detect with the eyes. You know what I'm saying? You know? And it says to detect with senses other than vision. It says to come to know or recognize mentally, to see or understand the difference. You see? Right? So this back to Judges. Back in Judges 16. And I'm gonna start from the top. So it says Judges 16 and 1. It says, then when Samson to Gaza and saw there an harlot, a prostitute, it says, and went in onto her, meaning had sex with her. It says, and it was told the Gazites, saying, Samson is come hither, and they compassed him in, surrounded him. It says, and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city, and were quiet all the night, saying, in the morning, when it is day, we shall kill him. So he was plotting. It says, and Samson lay till midnight, and arose at midnight, and took the doors, and took the doors of the gate. It says of the city and the two posts, and went away with them, bar and all, and put them upon his shoulders, and carried them up to the top of an hill that is before Hebron. It says, and it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek. It says, whose name was Delilah. It says, and the lords of the Philistines came unto her, and said unto her, entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth. You know, when you're female, if you got a female, you got a girl and whatnot and stuff, and she over here acting out of character and stuff, you it's like, what do you want? Or what are you up to? You see? Because she's acting strange. You see? And it says in two posts, Slaki, it says, Verse 5 again, it says, and the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and said unto her, entice him and see wherein his great strength lieth.